Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Today is actually the 20th of December, but I believe this episode will be going live on Christmas Day. And so Merry Christmas everybody. It's not white at the moment, but we should have a white Christmas a little bit later in this episode. Anyway, there's a lot that's happened in between episodes. I have gone and made use of some of the comments and actually modernized our vehicle fleet. So what I've done is, in most situations, I've gone and upgraded all vehicles to the latest vehicles. I haven't taken away all minibuses or microbuses, but all vehicles are now pretty new. Most of them at least. So you would see vehicles like this, all new vehicles that's been added to the network so that we can move things around a little bit quicker. This is interesting. Quite a big crane to be used to put some street lights up. Anyway, what I'm also doing is I have created some additional roadways over here and started the upgrade of lots of our roads to become a little bit more asphalt and quicker moving, because I do realize that that is probably a big part of our issues at the moment in terms of getting things done fairly quick. So I've built some additional roadways on the side of our main thoroughfares, so that we're able to just do the upgrade over there. So this is moving. It is actually putting our street poles in there fairly quickly, I believe. I think we've got everything there. I don't think we're missing gravel to finish this. Feels a little weird that that's the case, but anyway, we are putting up the electrics over there. This is also being upgraded at the moment. Lots of asphalt coming into here, and so hopefully that does the trick. If we go and have a look at what's going on elsewhere, this has got all its vehicles now, but we weren't able to get this in time for the season. So next season we'll come around and we will grow some crops into this area also. All of these things are under construction at the moment. Lots of moving pieces all over here. But as you can see, all the latest vehicles currently making use of this. Where are these? Where's the steel going to? Oh, it's probably coming to this guy. Yeah, there's a fair bit of steel required over here. So this should be up and running fairly soon to get that going. Then if we go over here, we can see that we have some roads in here. We've got our heating exchanger ready to go, even though we don't have any power over here. I will still need to extend another heating exchanger over here. And yes, there's been some comments about me not doing calculations, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine with me. I am actually playing this game for fun, and so constantly doing the calculations is not really what I'm after. I just want to kind of do some stuff. So if I do a surplus or not have enough, we'll just deal with that as we go along. We've got some construction probably going to start going on over here. So we've got a tennis playground and a small theater. Tennis playground is a little weird. And then we've got some parking lots over here to accommodate our expansion in this area. But we do need to get ourselves a little bit of power going into that side of things. And I don't believe we have any additional slots available over here. So what we could do is we could probably split off and get another bit of power making its way into this area over here to provide some power on this side. Thanks. That is probably what we need to do. So how will we do that? So this guy is kind of running power into there. This is 10 megawatts. That's probably not 18, but about 18. So I'm really tempted to run yet another little power play from somewhere over here to the other side and get some more stuff going on. So let's get that going. Let's find out what we're going to do with that. So I would like a high voltage switch. Probably won't be able to get it close to this, but what we could do is we could probably place it somewhere. Yeah, it was sensible to place it something like this. Right over here. So let's get that construction underway. We'll get that constructed, and then we'll run some additional power cables over here. I'll run the 10 megawatts. Up to about here, so they can go ahead and do that. Then from this one, I'll probably also run about 10 megawatts to the other side. So we'll just do our double lines over here till all the way up here somewhere. Yeah, that's going to be fine. And then we'll place a bit of a power transformer somewhere over here. Yeah, I think that's about right. Let's just get the 10 megawatts to run all the way over there. We'll assign all of those to get constructed, and we'll go ahead and get this constructed right over here. So go ahead, get that done. All of this can get built, and we'll be able to move things around. There's been a lot of comments around the schooling situation, so I'm trying to have a look at that, and I believe we are okay with regards to our kindergartens and schools in Irinsky over here. And I've tried to maintain a fair number of this. Look at this. So we've got nobody coming to this. We've got the classrooms pretty empty over here. This one is fairly full. So anyway, as long as we get a good number over here. So Irinsky seems to be okay. MV over here, Morgan Valley. Oh, that's open. Nice. Let's get cracking on the next section over here. Because we do have, in fact, a little extra section through there. What we could do is, I am not too against actually tying that in there so that they can actually just do that little section through there. We've got a fire burning somewhere. We should have the fire vehicles on their way. Yeah, here they come. It's pretty slow though, so let's speed things up. I also want to have a look at what our population is, 14,600. Got a few people living at home. There's also been some comments around saying that if we can only get a rail connection or a tram connection from Morgan Valley to Irinsky over here so people can move by themselves. My understanding is that the game doesn't work that way and people don't actually move themselves, so it will have to be micromanaged for the most part. I've got a kindergarten over here that's not fully utilized. We've got a school in here that it's got a lot of people waiting. So we probably need a bigger school there. I did in fact build a school over here, which has also got a fair number of people waiting, but we still need a few more people to work here and then it should be fine. We'll have to slowly get Morgan Valley to be properly educated. It's one of those things that I can't just come back and fix because we're not going to just build a lot of stuff over here. The idea is not to have Morgan Valley grow much more than this. I'd rather make sure that the future constructions over here in Irinsky is in fact the right, doing the right thing by getting it all done properly. This is currently being constructed over here. Okay, now let's move it down over here and have a look. So at the moment, we actually have clothes being produced and we have fabrics being produced. Again, another comment pointed out that we can produce up to 5 tons of fabric a day over here. So I would like to point out a number of things. While we can only use 2.5 tons at a clothing factory, so it means 2 clothing factories for every fabric factory. Yes, I do understand that, but I would like to point out that I have the ability to only put 50 workers in here, and thus we will produce the right amount. So that is one thing we can do. That is one thing that we can do. It's better, I think, to have clothes being produced in various parts of our nation than having it all produced in one location and then being shipped around, because that is inefficient. The other thing that I would like to point out is also that additional fabric is not a bad thing because it can be used in production of vehicles and trains. And I'm not sure anything else, but vehicles and trains at the very least needs fabric. So I am not going to double up on all this. I think also that we are producing more than enough wood over here for the chemical industry, and that the area that we still have remaining over here should be more than sufficient to deal with all of that. Okay, now putting all of that to rest, let's see what's going on. Oh, this has actually been done. So we don't have any power over here, which is a thing. Do we have the ability to get yet another line? So we can grab another line of power and run it down to this area. I think that's probably going to be what we will need to do. So let's grab ourselves in the power space. We'll grab ourselves, we want medium voltage, we want a distributor over here. Probably something like this. It's going into the winter times. Probably something like this, right? That is feeding into there, so we don't need anything more than that. Can we place it over here? No, I'd rather we place it over here so it is a little... we do need to just be mindful of... I'm worried about this guy. Does this guy have power linked to it? It does not have power linked to it. This guy, I think, has power linked. Yeah. So this guy has power. So what we would want to do is just put it up somewhere over here. So it can, in fact, power where it needs to power. And I haven't done the maths on this, but I believe it should be okay. So let's get started on that. What I'll do is I will run another one that can run down here and go in there. So tie it running, yeah, absolutely. So let's get another power cable running up here. There we go. That's going to be good. We'll run that guy all the way over there. So now we'll have power all the way in that situation. So let's get started on getting that construction going. I will have to probably manually assign some constructions pieces over here. So we'll get this. We don't need that, right? So we'll get these guys going. So of course equipment. And we also need some workers there. So let's get that going so that that can actually be constructed. Okay, that should be good. Now that will provide power in this vicinity over here. These guys do have power right here. These guys will have power over here. And that should be okay. Let's just have a look here. We've got a fair amount of food. We've got a fair amount of crops over here. How's the crops looking over here? 700 tons right there. We should have these guys filled up. For the most part they are. Let's just have a look what's left at these. My goodness, we're actually emptying them out pretty quickly with no stuff left when it goes into winter. That will be awesome. So we've got a fair bit of crops available, and in the next season it'll be even more. There's still a lot of tons available for collection right over here. Oh, as you can see, our money has dropped fairly significantly due to what is going on in terms of our the replacement of vehicles. That has been taken up a fair bit of money. Is this almost done? We're rolling at the moment. Once that's done, we'll start paving some of the rest of these. I would like us to pave some of these roads also. So what I'll do, once this is done, actually, this is okay for now. So let me, from this area over here, tie that right over there. We'll then run, come on, we'll then run this one. All the way through here, and then we'll be able to do some of these sections. I'm kind of wondering, can we should be able to run a little section through here and a little section through there, and then we'll be able to get some more of these areas built. Yeah, so that'll allow us to get a little bit more of this into asphalt. Let's quickly have a look. Are we still producing a fair bit of wood over here? How are these supplies going? So 50 tons of fuel, or is it? Yeah, 50 tons of fuel approximately. All of these new vehicles are moving really quickly. I must say the upgrade of the road vehicles has been quite helpful. I do want to upgrade all of these roads, but we have so many access problems over here that it will be challenging for us to get all of those upgraded. But I think we can probably manage it. Let me start trying to upgrade some of these. So if we do that one, and we'll just get little chunks of that upgraded as we go. This section is done. That section is now done. We can go ahead and get the next piece of that upgraded. Can we do two at a time? Let's not do two at a time. Let's just do one at a time. That upgrade is pretty good. Okay, what's going on over here? We've got a fair number of workers now. We've got a lot of stuff, a lot of this done. And we are exporting 18 megawatts of power. So we should be getting our power stuff going on pretty quickly. We still have a lot of tons of stuff hanging out over there. So I do hope they go and collect all of that. They should also be moving a lot of crops into here. And this thing is pretty much filled up, to be honest. Can we drop down to 5 workers over there? Only about 50 over there. Let's quickly see. Do we have a fair bit of meat available? Trying to do a decent job there. Okay, but what we can have a look at is in this warehouse we should have a fair bit of clothing. So we have about 6.5 tons of clothing, probably more because there's about 2 tons over there. So I would very much like us to come and pick up some clothing over here. What is this guy doing? What did you pick up? Crops. Unloading crops over there. Okay, well that's fair enough. Fair enough that you're doing that. What's going on here in terms of plastics? Wow, look at that. 78 tons of plastics. And we are supposed to probably limit some amounts here. So about 50% of that, okay? And about 50% of this. I think that's about right. About 50 there. Actually, let's just get all of the rest down to nothing. $50-50. Wow, actually, probably more like 75-25 is more about the right thing over here. And they are going strong. So we've got plastics going on. We could presumably start maybe looking at getting a train to actually go and export some plastics. Let's have a look at what we're getting for plastic exports. What is this? Hang on. So, plastics. The export of plastic is a pretty big deal. 4,000 rubles. 4,000 rubles for plastic exports as opposed to chemical exports, even better. Even better, but 4,000 for plastics is pretty good. Mechanical components is only 2,500, and steel is probably what, around 700. 1,500. That's pretty good. Anyway, we've got that up and running. So this guy should be producing a fair bit of clothing as long as it's got fabrics coming in, and it should always have fabrics coming in. Oh, this guy doesn't have any workers. Where are my trains? Oh, there's an issue with trains. No. Here's a train coming in now. And these guys will be working over here to continue to produce fabrics. Okay, that's fine. Okay, what I need to do is set up our distribution, which I believe is this guy, is currently collecting clothing from the customer house. Okay, so instead of going over there, we should probably get you to come and pick up clothing down here. Load clothing and clothing only over here. and you can then drop off your clothing wherever you wanted clothing to be dropped off over there. And what I'll do is I'll remove clothing from this piece right over there. This guy's actually collecting food from the customer's house if the food drops below 20%. I think that's okay. We'll leave that one in place just in case we do drop below 20%. But now it means we will be moving clothing. Hang on, let's just have a look at that again. Moving clothing only up to about 20%. It's not going to pick that up anymore. We'll probably need this to go up a little higher, just to make sure we've got a lot more going for us. We're only picking that and that. Let's not pick up these guys anymore. That's okay, that's okay. I don't want us to get fuel. Where are you dropping off fuel? Only with 10%, that's fine. That is fine. That's going to work just well. Over here we've got some new vehicles. That's fine. Okay. So we're now producing our very own clothing, and clothing is now will not be imported anymore. Not that I think we've imported a lot of clothing, to be honest. We'll have to allow some other signaling here if we wanted to get this guy to run through. How many people are on here? 113 workers that can move through there. That's good. That is really good. It's going to start snowing soon. Let's just see. Are we actually... You know what we can do? I'm quite tempted to start working on another section over here. So we'll just get without the street lights over here. Can we just... Actually, give me a little section of street lights going on over there, because you're going to spend some time doing that. Did we finish off this section? I believe we would have. Turn. No one's running on here. I believe it's finished, right? That is finished. So let's get building on the next section. Let's get going over there. That should be okay if we try and get that to move. I'm also going to grab a little bit of this, and we'll try and run that straight through there so that we can slowly get some of these sections built as well. How much coal do we have here? There's a fair bit of coal available now, so all of this should be going full steam ahead, and this should be filling up nicely. And we do have the trams running in here, and they should be bringing workers around, right? Excellent. They are in fact doing that. Let's quickly see what we are doing over here. All of this is built. All of that is built. I do love how quickly we can get some of this built. Okay, what I want to do is I'll pause the game for a second. What we'll do is then we will go ahead and actually not the medium, the high voltage. We'll just tap out that one. We'll run the 10 megawatts in here, and at the same time we'll close off some of that, and we'll run 10 megawatts over there, and we'll quickly get that built. I'm hoping they can get that built really quickly, because we'll probably have to, I'm going to pay for that, because to be really honest with you, I can't have that entire area without power. Really, it's just not available. We do need to have power in this entire area. Why without power? Ooh. No, what? No workers? Oh, you know what I haven't done? And yes, I know people have been telling me that I haven't done the cheat menu on all the episodes, but in the last 3 episodes I kind of almost recorded all together, so I didn't have to do the cheat menu. In this one, I do in fact have to do the line spacing in the cheat menu. I'm hoping... So this is not got power. It won't have people, it won't actually bring the people over here unless we can get people over here. Let me quickly run a little section through here somewhere. Oh man, that's too low, really? Oh crap. Here we go. Let's do that. That'll help a little bit. Power? Crap. Okay. Power is a big issue. Let's see. This is why I'm not upgrading everything, because look at what's happening here. This guy has no idea where they're going, even though they are trying to go to unfinished road somewhere. Honestly, I'm just going to pay for that, because clearly that's a big issue. Let's just get that sorted out. Really, that's the issue. That is why I'm not getting all of this done, because now we're in trouble. Let's quickly go here. Let's just stop doing that. Let's just import a fair bit of power over there for a while and just get all of this to run again. And the trains won't run until we get some workers out here. This is running. Lots of workers over there though. Workers here, workers there, nothing. Nothing. I'm completely devoid of power whatsoever. So let's just run that. The trains won't run even if I import 18 megawatts. The trains won't run. 3 workers only on this one. This is why I don't upgrade the roads, because I have to build them myself. If I paid for them, it would be a completely different story. But at the moment, it's a massive challenge for us. How many workers are coming in here? If I can click that guy, I'll find out that there's 0 workers on that. And this one, 0 workers on that one too. And on this one, about like 3 workers over there. Still nothing there. This guy, dropping off some workers. Excellent, that's very helpful. So we'll get some power at least to some of our facilities. See, this is the problem, guys. We can't possibly have this work the way. 3 workers only on that bus. And this bus, 45. There we go. There we go. Now things will start working again and our trains will come in. Here comes the tram. Is there still people on there? No, they've already all gone away. This is why it's a challenge. This is in fact why it is a challenge. Let's keep going. Over here we should have all of this built now, right? My goodness, it is all built. And we should have it all powered. We only need some workers. So if I set up some bus lines to come in here, that should be fine. We've got, we've dropped population. We've had a population drop. Let's just keep a quick eye on that. So we had a ton of deaths. It's not cold, right? Not cold enough. Guys, to be really honest with you, I'm just going to pay for this. Get that done so that we've got some proper roads running through here. I'm going to be very cautious with the roads going forward, because those roads end up costing us a lot. So now we should be able to run these guys straight through here so we get our heating done. I'm really cautious, guys. We've lost a lot of people because of what's happened here. We've got a ton of escapes also. So let's quickly have a look. I'm just pausing the game for a second and let's quickly have a look at our basic needs. Oh, food. Honestly? What? That's a kindergarten. Is food is available. Food is honestly available everywhere. I wonder, see, this is the thing about the roads. The roads really can be quite problematic. We can't afford to run out of food. We just can't afford it. If I have a look at it here, how many deaths did we have in this area? They don't actually provide us with the stuff that we need for this area. That is slowly coming up. How many people do we have in here? But slowly, we do need more people. And I'm kind of wondering whether we start paying for a few more people as well. I want to do that. Let's pay for a few immigrants here. Get a few more people to come and live over here. They should have food available to them. Yeah, they do have food, clothes, all the other bits and pieces. Hopefully that'll help us out a little bit. I don't necessarily know whether they can actually get to the station appropriately. What I wanted to do is just maybe get this section. Like that built, so hopefully that means they can actually walk to wherever they wanted to go. Get those sections built also, so that those walking connections straight to the train station is a little bit quicker and easier. We probably need to improve these roads with the sidewalks. Something that I wouldn't mind us doing at some point. But this is done. So what we can do now is we can have a quick look at getting a few distribution areas going. So if I wanted to maybe do one distribution, and I'm just gonna do that one over there and get some gravel roads going over there. That's gonna be just fine right there. That's going to be sufficient. What we'll do is we will go ahead and get our, we'll just get the big one going on. Something like that. Let's get that up and running. Hopefully that construction will get that powered. I wanted to get a heat exchanger over here as well. Okay, before we do that, let's get the heating pipe. Go over the rail there. Something like this. Up to about there, and then we'll get the heat exchanger in this spot right here. So let's have a look. Can we get... Okay, hang on. Before we actually build it, can we get the heat we should be able to get it there. I think in this area should be fine. If we get the heat exchanger right over here, that should actually provide us with a fair bit of stuff going on in this area. We'll kind of tie it in. Let's actually, you know what I want to do? Let's trim back a fair bit of this and not get it up against the road here. Instead, we'll move it a little further away. Let's trim some of this stuff. I actually want us to potentially trim it over there. Oh yeah. There we go. And we'll get that under construction. So now we'll have that heat exchanger up and running also. Okay, we do need to provide a little bit of power from this angle also. I wouldn't mind getting some of these. We'll get that one going over there. We'll get the next piece running up into that direction, so let's quickly get that going. Okay, so we'll get that going on. There's a little bit going on here. I'm actually let's cancel that section quickly. I'm thinking You know what? It's not appropriate for us to run it that way. I'd rather run it up here. Like so. Along the side of the roads is much easier for us to get, still continue all the other construction pieces that we need. So that will provide power right over there. So I'm not sure that's going to be sufficient to get power to everything we need, but it should provide a good starting point. All of these have been built. They've got power, they've got heating, there's people over here. I'm hoping our population will survive. Yes, now we are doing a pretty decent job. To be honest, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay for, and I know this is not the intention of this game, I just can't afford us to lose a number of people just because we can't get this single section of road built. But that section of road was a very important piece, and I just wanted to finish that one off. Presumably, we'll probably, if we wanted to do some stuff through here, we're probably going to have to do the same thing. Let's do that. Going forward, we should hopefully be able to do a better job at all of this. But I'm going to just pay for some of these sections because I really can't afford to lose people due to the fact that this just doesn't want to. And these little sections with all of this interaction is really quite problematic. I know this isn't in the spirit of the Cosmonaut Challenge, but I'm honestly the primary focus is here just to make sure that all of this continues to actually operate. There. This could probably work, but I think this is okay if we get these to go up to there. Then that section should be just fine. We should have power all the way up here, so that should be just fine. So that section should work. The rest of this should not be too problematic for us to pave these roads by ourselves. So that section through there worked pretty well. Okay, that's good. It hasn't started snowing just yet. How is this going? That section should be built. Let's get the next section under construction over here. Oh, can it go all the way? No, it can't. Oh man, almost. We'll get that section going. We'll get this section going. This one we'll have to assign workers. Oh no! Crap. Switch it off. See, this is the thing. Anyway, it's all for the good. Wow, that piping is going really quickly. This is being constructed fairly quickly. So all of this should be working in terms of heat exchangers, so we can actually start building a little bit more stuff here. So I wanted to go into the modded section, get some residential areas up and running. I do understand some of the next updates will allow us to actually get this looking at this in alphabetical order. That will really be helpful. Can we grab maybe one of these? One of these should be workable in here. Okay, let's get that under construction. That should be quite helpful. What we'll do is we'll also slowly... That's okay. We'll just get this section connected over there. That should be quite helpful. So we'll get that that little tower there built. That should be helpful. We've got room for a few vehicles to be parked over here also, but we do want to maintain continuous growth over here. That's good. That is going in the right direction again. How are we going over here? People are being educated. Let's have a look at this section here. Okay, pause the game just for a second. Yeah, we're still struggling with a lot of people that's uneducated at the moment. Obviously that includes kids. So we just want to make sure that as long as we constantly have all of these schools pretty full. Yeah, this one unfortunately needs way more people to be working here. Can we somehow get more people to work there? I don't know. All of the other schools are doing a pretty decent job at getting everybody done. It's just this specific area right here that's a little bit problematic for us. Okay, going back into this direction, seeing what's going on over here. I do want to allow out some things like vehicle production and so on. This is working. Okay, now let's get a route so we can get some workers down over here. Okay, before we do that, we probably just need to make sure that all of these are in fact connected. And to be honest, what we could do, oh my goodness, there we go. Let's get started on a few construction projects over there. And then we will also maybe start getting, just make sure that these guys are in fact all hooked up. It's tedious that we can't actually connect onto that section there. We should have been able to. Anyway, we'll connect onto that over there. So let's get those construction pieces going. At the same time, we'll run some guys into this general direction over here. We'll tie them in there, and I think that's going to be pretty much everything we need to do, right? It's got all of these sections connected. Those guys will be able to walk to where they need to go. So let's just get all of that those sections under construction also. Okay, hopefully, let's quickly have a look and see what is our heating like. So guys, it's time for our snowy arrival, and this is our White Christmas episode. So again, a Merry Christmas to everybody who celebrates it. For me and my family, it will be a hot Christmas down here in the Southern Hemisphere. For any of you, please have a Merry Christmas and enjoy it with your families. Okay, now let's see. We need heat, water, actually interior heating is what we're looking for. Let's just have a quick look at what's going on over here. They're all pretty nice and warm. So that's good. That's good. Let's move our way over here to Morgan Valley and have a look over here. They've dropped down a little bit. Let's just quickly have a look and see. Should in fact be okay. It's back, it's fine. It's just maybe just a little section of workers. Okay, lots of snow plowing underway. All of these roads should be snow plowing properly. Oh yes, this road is built. We do need... Okay, all of this should be built. It's just this section that needs to be built. Lots of little sections that needs to be plowed. Our trains are running, our power... Oh, we probably can... Oh, look at that money! We should hopefully be able to stop importing and start exporting again. Yeah, that's the plan. It cost us a lot of money to do a few things that we needed to do here. Construction here underway. In fact, it is. Population's growing very slowly, if they are. Yeah, we're back up to after so we had a bit of an issue with a bit of a few people dying, but now it should be back up and running again. Should be okay. These they don't necessarily need to be assigned. We are in fact missing workers, so that's the issue. We're missing some workers to come and work over here. So let's just assign workers as best we can. We don't need workers on all of these, but we will assign some workers just in case. That makes it a little easier. Okay, now let's set up a line to come. Yeah, I didn't want to do it because we haven't finished this one up off yet. At the very least, I need to finish off the next little section here. before we can start running people in here and creating our own stuff here. Do we have this pretty much full? Yeah, pretty much full in terms of quarried stuff. Gravel, enough gravel over here to be able to feed our production. We're doing a pretty good job at getting that going. How's this going? We have no chemicals whatsoever, but we've got a fair bit of plastics. Yeah, so this thing is currently using all of our chemicals. We could, in fact, start opening up another one. Yeah, let's open up another one. Start producing some more chemicals over here. So we'll get 2 of them. Let's have a quick look at what's going on with our meat. Oh my goodness, we're out of meat. There's livestock being produced over there, meat being produced over here, but it's a slow pace. How's our food production going? We've got a fair bit of food available, got crops available. Did we lose any crops on here? I'm not sure if we did. Very likely that we did lose some of them over there, but anyway, this is being used. And we should still have a fair bit of crops available on this side as well, to continue our food production over here. The section of road is also done. What's going on over here? Small aggregate storage is on fire. I don't quite know how our aggregate storage goes on fire, but anyway, we should have fire vehicles on their way. Yeah, here they come. They'll fix that shortly. Yeah, no problems. All of our roads are effectively quite plowed over here, so that should be okay. These guys, can they actually reach the shop? They can reach the shop over there. And these guys, they can reach the shop. And these guys, I'm just double checking these guys. They in fact can't reach the shop. Lots of school children waiting over there. Another fire has been extinguished. I'm actually tempted to just finish off this section. So we get, and that's not actually gonna get constructed. I'll do it this way, so at least I try and not forget about the fact that I'm busy cheating a little bit in my own eyes. I just want to make sure we finish off some of these sections, because they, look at that, if we try to build all of those sections by ourselves, it'll take ages, just because of the mere fact that we're doing some little chunks of them all at once. Hopefully that's okay. And what I'm trying to check is if this guy can now in fact walk there. Oh, it still can't? Wow, it's really close though. Yeah, we don't have an access point. What I'm going to try and do is, let's try that section. Still does not want to get us there. But it will be more helpful for many others. I'm going to continue to just build out this section. It's not the intention, and I think I paid with that for dollars. Anyway, there we go. Needed a little bit of that going on, just to get these guys to work. And I'm very conscious that maybe we should do a very similar thing just through here. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Get the auto build on. I'm going to switch it off as soon as I'm done. Just these sections that are really problematic for us in terms of actually getting that built after the fact. Now, of course, we won't be building these gravel sections anymore, and we'll probably be doing the right thing right from the start. Here we go. Yeah, it's not in the spirit of the game, but it is Christmas and we're going to try and get it done so that everybody can at least go through these areas the way they should be able to go through them. That should be fine. Let's switch that off and we'll stop doing that now. There are still sections here that's not great, but the main roads at least are fairly navigable. Did I manage to finish off any of these sections? Not at all. They're really slow. We actually need to assign some of these to construction, right? We need workers at all of these in order for them to work. Without workers at these guys, we won't be able to get them built, I believe. The small footpaths is just not possible. Okay, let's get that going on. That should be useful. Okay, there we go. Now, let's have another look and see how's our population going. Population is still growing, even though we had a bit of a dump and a few people dying all at once, but now it should be okay. This is fine. If we continue out over here, we will need to definitely build that in an appropriate fashion. This thing has been built. We have nobody living here. Temperature in the building is too low, and is that because people aren't living there? I think all the other buildings' temperatures should be just fine. Yeah, they are all fine. This one is just low, I think, because it's not drawing any heat because there's no one living there. I think that's right. I wouldn't mind spending a little bit of cash getting some more people to actually come and live here. Let's see. Let me get a couple of people to actually come and live here. Will this then rise or not? This thing should have heating, right? It does have heating from here. It's one of the few buildings that has heating from over there, and this has power. So really, this thing should be going up. I don't know why it's not going up. Let's go over here and have a look at what's going on over here. We don't have sufficient workers, I think. And we are running out of coal. Can I trim this back again? Yeah, let's trim that back. We need more workers to come in here, and we need to spend a little bit less of our coal on steel. We've got tons of steel available. A lot. We've got more than 1,000 tons of steel available, 160 tons of mechanical components. So really, we should allow more workers to come in over here, and that means we should have this guy coming back up. They're all struggling. Let's just have a look at this. Is this guy really out of capacity? Do we really need to build another? Well, I mean, we can. That one getting from over here is probably a little bit problematic. Maybe we should just start building another. Let's get started on building another. Is that a small heating plant? No, it's a big one. I'm kind of wondering about maybe doing a small heating plant over here. No, probably better just do the big one all from the same time. We don't need a lot over here, so let's get the road coming down here. Let's do that. Now let's get the heating plant, the big one. So if we do that, that should be okay. That's a fair bit out of the way. That's the one I'm after. So So if we do that, we can start the construction of that piece. So that we can get this constructed. What I would want to do is just get a small aggregate storage going on. So we'll do that, and then we'll get another. Oh, what I wanted to do is let's actually get rid of some of this and get ourselves a little bit of a. Ooh, actually, it can go straight in here. We don't need anything else. So let's get a bus stop going on. Bus stop over there should be good enough. Now let's just tie that section in there. Now let's get all of that built. Now with all of that being built, we should be able to get, and that's our additional heating plant. The one piece that I am missing, however, is we probably need an unloading facility for aggregate. Let's get in here, have a look at the aggregate unloading. So something like this maybe. And what we'll do is straight from over here, we'll do that and get that built also. So there's a fair bit of construction that should be happening over here, and we also need to bring in power from over there, which should not be a problem. So let's quickly get the power over here also, and that should be fine. Like so. I'm quite comfortable to tie that little section in like so. That's fine. And what we'll do is we will get the power connection up and running also. Power, probably this one doesn't need to be too big, but anyway, we'll not worry too much about exactly how we're doing that. We'll get that constructed also. So there we go. So hopefully that should get an extra heating plant up and running over here. Are we still struggling? Yeah, we are in fact still struggling with some of these. So this thing seems to be pretty much running at its capacity at the moment. So we can't expand here too much unless we get this one up and running. And so the question really is all of these things then now useful? This one is really not getting there, is it? Even these are starting to drop out quite a bit. Ooh, 9. No. Over here. We've got a full capacity here, and for some reason we're not able to get the temperatures the way we need them to be. We're not going up high enough. Yeah, we do need to probably provide some additional heating from this angle. Okay, now this is probably the end of the episode, so let's just have a look. This has been built. I'm going to do one more thing, and I'm going to auto build it. That section there. Okay, the rest we can go ahead and build on our own time. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just auto build these two sections, because otherwise we're going to get the whole thing not actually working. So let's auto build those two sections. They can go and build the other section themselves. That's going to be just fine. Now let's get a bus route up and running. So let's assign it. Who's on fire? Okay, we should have that sorted out fairly quickly. Yeah, here they come. What's up? Heating like? Our heating is okay. Heating is okay. What's our population like? Oh, excellent. Our population is growing quite substantially. That's good. Now, let's quickly get that final bus route going. So from, this is going to be called the Irinsky Zod construction, actually Zod workers. Just something like that should be fine. We'll save that. We'll assign some places. I think this is the most appropriate spot to pick up people. Yeah, I think so. We'll pick up people over there, bus stop 3, and we'll take them all the way down there at Zotcho, and we'll assign that. That's going to be just fine. It's going to run. Interestingly, it's going to run, yeah, that section, which makes sense. It's a sensible route to run through there. Ooh, not cool that it runs through there, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll just save that. That's fine. That's been saved. So we'll close that out. We'll buy a couple of buses to just make sure we take people over there. We probably need more. How's our money? I'll absolutely back at the 2 million mark. I'm going to grab these guys. So let's get maybe 4 of them. I think that's going to be sufficient. Let's assign vehicles to the Irinsky Zod workers piece and get going. Let's assign it Irinsky Zod workers. We can close it. We'll start it from over there. We'll get Irinsky and Zod workers right over there. Good stuff. Let's get another one going, and we'll get the Irinsky and Zod workers signed up there. Just wait it out a little bit. These guys are traveling fairly well. Dropping down a little bit, but should still be okay. Let's get the next guy going. Looking good. Dropping a little bit, but people should be able to live under the 18-19 degree category. Over 15,000 now. We have helped out ourselves a little bit in terms of getting us there. Let's get the next one going, and that should be okay. Let's close that one down. Let's just see what we're looking like in terms of food. Food is readily available. Crops is looking good. What's the meat situation like? Meat situation is not too bad. What else did we have over here? Let's have a look over here. We've got chemicals and plastics available. Plastics have actually stopped there. We could probably start exporting plastics a little bit if we wanted to. Fabrics, we're full up on fabrics. The clothing situation, on the other hand, we are not full up on that. So is this actually going? Maybe what we should do is get a few more people to actually work in the clothing industry. I think that will be helpful for us to get clothing produced at a little bit of a higher rate. Where's my train? There goes one there. This one's just picked up some people. They're not quite spaced properly. Not a lot of people available. How many people living over here? So another person has actually moved out. These guys aren't growing quite sufficiently. I actually want to spend a little bit more money and just get a few more people over here. We actually had an issue with that, so maybe that's not the spot for it. I'd rather fill in a few more over here then. Let's get a few more people over there. What's going on over here? Ooh, this one's actually pretty good, but we'll bring in a few more people over here also. Get that to work for us a little bit. Spent a little bit of money getting more people in here. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. It has been a great episode. We are slowly going to get ourselves to a position where we can hopefully get some more heating being produced. Power and the likes is up and running. We do have all of that going on. No, I didn't want to do that. Let's cancel that. Let's just see, are we still exporting the right amounts? Yes, we are exporting. So So that's what's driving up our cash flow a little bit. Guys, so thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. As always, do leave your comments down below. Bear in mind, however, that I am doing this my way. And yeah, so please leave your comments, but don't expect me to do everything you are saying. And I will see you in the next one. Have a very Merry Christmas for you and your family. See you next time. Bye-bye.